Welcome into the WCS Sports Connection. I'm your host, District Athletic Director Patrick Whitlock, and with me as always, Tate Mathews. Tate, how we doing?
Good to see you, Coach Whitlock.
Yes. So we're going to
Seahawks are the Super Bowl 60 champions.
probably one of the more boring Super Bowls I've ever witnessed.
I feel like defensive football wasn't boring.
I mean, yeah,
Those two secondaries would strike you.
Yeah, it was nasty. So, all right, we've got some middle school congratulations in order. We got the Woodland girls who won the AAA region and district basketball tournaments, lost in the sectional to Mount Juliet Middle School. So their season ended 19-1, almost ran the table. And then the Fairview boys won the district region and sectional AA championships and will play Bellevue Middle School out of Memphis this Friday, 5 p.m. at Rockvale.
That's going to be exciting. Congratulations, Coach Andrew Swanson, doing a great job there, leading the Lady Warriors program. Future bright for the Lady Raptors.
Yes.
As we know, they feed them. And then Coach Joe Brown over there at Fairview. Good luck in the state tournament. That's exciting. Hey, I know you've been, but a middle school basketball game, and it's made them all up their game, but a middle school basketball game at Woodland is a big-time event.
Absolutely. Not quite as intense as the district championship I saw at Freedom Middle last week between Freedom and Page. Packed house, great atmosphere, great job, by the Freedom Middle people to put that tournament on. But it was a good time. Great atmospheres all around.
Love it.
No doubt.
Congrats.
All right. So on to wrestling. We've got the individuals coming up, and we had the region tournaments last week. Nolensville Knights, no surprise, led the way with 13 of 14 wrestlers advancing to this week's sectional, which we held at Page. We'll get to more of that in a second. But I thought this was an interesting fact. Williamson County on the boys' side dominated, took 53 of the 56 sectional berths. So essentially you finish in the top 4, you get to move on to the sectional. We could spend the entire show listing out all the wrestlers that have advanced. We're not going to be able to do that. We're going to highlight some of the first place finishers here.
Strong.
It's very strong. But Nolensville led the way, 257.5 points. Ravenwood, 228.5. Summit, 178.5. And then Page, 171.5, followed by Brentwood, Independence, Franklin, Centennial. The one thing you notice is the schools outside of the county finished 9 through 12. That would be James Lawson, Columbia Central, Overton, and Hillsborough.
Correct.
Yeah.
We had the top 8 places, and that is because there's only 8. Our 9th school, Fairview, is not in this.
Right. They are not. But they also have advanced.
They would have been in the top 9.
They would have been in the top 9. Coach Curtis killing it out there. They advanced several wrestlers as well. Their sectional coming up this weekend. So wrestling strong across the board. I find it interesting, Nolensville finished highest in the duels, finished 3rd over Page being 4th. But here, Ravenwood finishes 2nd in points, and then Summit 3rd. So the parity continues within the county. It's pretty impressive.
Well, and that also, we won't go into it, but right there, that shows you and tells you what we talked about. There is a difference in dual tournaments and individual tournaments.
Absolutely.
So
we could have a special guest on next week to preview some wrestling. I know you're going to be out of the fold, but we're working on that.
I would love that.
Yeah, I know. Absolutely. So still working on it. It's not confirmed, but we're going to do all we can. All right, so the individual winners in the AA. 106 weight class, Carson Gamble from Page. 113, Jen Seato from Summit. 120, Noah Hart from Nolensville. 126, Nolan Barton from Nolensville. 132, Mark Tadeo from Summit. 138, Reed Loeffel from Brentwood. 144, J.D. Longley from Ravenwood. 150, Ryan Dietrich from Ravenwood. 157, Zach Little from Summit. 165, my guy, 2-sport star, Matt Anderson, takes that. Wrestling didn't have to go against Brody Melzoni this year. Different weight classes this year. Speaking of Brody Melzoni, he took 175 from Nolensville. Wyatt Elder from Page, 190. Henry Drazik, 215 from Brentwood. And Luke Lamata, 285 from Page. Pretty strong.
Yep, love it, and a lot of parity there. A lot of schools represented there, and you're right. That Anderson Melzoni match that we've gotten used to. We don't have to worry about that this year because Brody went up a weight class, and that's great because I think Matthew obviously a great football player, gets there late every year.
Right.
I think he's got a real chance to win a state championship as well. Don't want to jinx him, but that would be pretty cool.
He's going to be in the mix when it's all said and done.
He wrestles like he plays football.
Yes.
Full tilt.
He's all over the place. Also did very well on the girls' side. Some champions, the 107 class, Doria Hamlet from Independence, 114 Addison Borden from Summit, 132 Emery Wilson Ravenwood, 145 Laura Gupton from Independence, and then 235 Samantha O'Leary from Summit. 17 Williamson County girls will wrestle in the sectional this Friday, which will be held at Page. And it's Friday and Saturday starting at 10:30 a.m. The top 4 medalists in the sectional will advance to the state tournament, which will be held at the Ag Center on the 20th and 21st of this month. So,
And we will once again be well represented.
yes, 100%.
And you're getting a lot of use out of the new Page Gymnasium. I feel like there's been a lot of tournaments and several sports.
They're a
last couple
hosting
years
machine,
there.
and they will host the region basketball tournament on the 27th and 28th. So, showcasing the new facility here in Williamson County.
Beautiful facility, plenty of parking. They have good popcorn in the concession stand. That's always
Yes.
a plus. Yeah. I don't know why you'd have a concession stand and not have good popcorn though. Like that's a money maker, man.
No.
If it's done right.
Don't go to Vanderbilt games. I think they store that in the back for like weeks. It's terrible. I hope they're watching. Anyway, moving on to girls basketball, we are getting down to crunch time in both districts. District 12 has started to play. 11's been playing for about a month here. But we have a very notable accomplishment that happened last night. We were filming on a Tuesday this week. Cecily Brandamore had 57 points and 18 rebounds in a 71-48 win over Oakland. She outscored the Oakland team by herself by 9. And we're not talking they just scored 20. They scored 48 points. I thought this was a county record. It is not.
Wow.
Sue Robinson, who played at Franklin, did this against Columbia Central, scored 72 points.
Oh, hold on. Can I guess the decade?
Yes.
The 70s?
No.
80s?
Later. No.
90s?
Other way. No.
Oh, 60s. 50s.
1953.
Oh my God.
On February 6th, 1953, Sue Robinson scored 72 points. Now, it was 3-on-3 back then.
Yep.
You had 3 on offense, 3 on defense. I called to verify this information with Coach Jay Johnson today. He did verify it. And then we got into a pretty lengthy discussion about what if we had to tell 3 of our players that they would only play defense today, how that might go over.
They wouldn't play.
No. You might not be able to field the team.
It'd be the end of
the old
sport.
3-on-3 rules. I'm so glad the women's game is where it is today and has changed because that would be ridiculous.
And I think it's also important to know Oakland, the Lady Patriots are a state caliber
historically
program. Right?
Yeah. I mean, it's not a pushover team.
No, this
is not like dropping 57 points on
Santa
Columbia
Fe.
Central, which we'll get to here in a second with a Williamson County score, which is
I saw it.
Boat Race City.
It's almost
It's
almost hard to believe.
It is. All right, so getting on to some more girls action from last week. The early games of the week, pretty much Tuesday games. Franklin 55, Ravenwood 46. Brandamore again, 26-18 in that game. Molly Forrest, who is really coming on for the Lady Admirals, had 20 points and 7 rebounds. Eleanor Vogus, who is only a freshman for the Lady Raptors, had 21 points. She's having a stellar freshman year. Coach James has done a good job of keeping this sophomore and freshman class together. They're going to be a force next year. And then you add in some of these kids from Woodland that will be freshmen a year from now. Look out for the Lady Raptors here in the next couple of years. They're going to make a move. The problem is that Nolensville is bringing a lot back, and so is Page. So there's going to be a lot of parity, maybe more parity, a year from now with those teams. Speaking of Nolensville, they beat Centennial. Nyla Johnson, 19. Mercy Chapman, very impressive freshman for Centennial, had 7. Page beat Independence 63-35 in their district opener. Mia Hopton, 22 points. Lily Espelette, 19. Maisie Bushman, 13. Summit beat Columbia, and Bridget Ali had 23 points. And then Centennial lost to Independence in a Wednesday makeup game for the first half of the week. Anything stick out about any of those games right there?
No, I think pretty much everything went the way it was supposed to go. That was an added bonus that we were able to mention. Brandamore with the Oakland, but you go to the Ravenwood game, 26-18. I do know, nothing sticks out there, but I do know that the Mr. and Miss Basketball panel I guess. Is that what we call them? Committee. I know that they did meet today. And
so great timing for Brandon Moore to drop 57 points.
It couldn't have been better. Like, I'm so glad they didn't meet on Monday.
Right.
I mean, one, she's up there, and I think well, obviously it's anonymous, and they're not supposed to share. But I do know that she was talked about a lot in 4A, and I'll be stunned if she's not a finalist. Hopefully that might be enough to put her over the edge.
I can't remember the last time we've had a women's finalist.
It's probably Sue Robinson.
Yeah. Well, did Ella Ryan, was she a finalist last year?
No, I thought you were going to say winner. I'm sorry.
A winner, yeah.
Yeah. No, we've had finalists. She was, but I think she'll definitely be a finalist. I think we got a chance to get a Miss Basketball here. It would be I heard somebody say, don't say well-deserved, say well-earned.
Yes.
So it'd be well-earned and well-deserved.
Keep dropping 50-plus points. You definitely be in the mix.
Missouri, right? Is that where she's going?
Missouri, yes.
They're getting a good one. Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you're a big Kelly Harper fan. Kelly Jolly
No
Harper.
problems. No problems with Kelly Harper.
Now
It's
that
all
she's
good.
not in Knoxville.
Listen, I have no ill will towards the Lady Vols, and things aren't going very well for them right now anyway.
Hey, let me ask you this. Can we get off script for a second?
Yes.
Did you see, I know you did. Did you see the press conference where she said, I've got to,
I saw the highlights.
what do
yes.
you think of that?
I'm not a fan of that. I don't think you throw your players under the bus like that. I mean, there's probably some truth to it, but I think you got to bite your tongue there.
In today's game, I don't know. I'm asking. I like her a lot. I like Coach Caldwell. In today's game, how do you get them back? How do you come back from that?
You hope you have really good leadership, which I don't know if they have, and that probably is a sit down and show some vulnerability in a meeting the next day and kind of say, this is why I said what I said, maybe not the right thing to say, and then hopefully that rallies troops. Sometimes kids react to that stuff, sometimes they don't, but I would have left that out if that's me. But
that would have been in the locker room.
You just got kicked pretty to the curb. You're probably a little emotional, and
Correct.
It's pretty high standard up there in Knoxville for women's basketball. So probably trying to save face a little bit with the media, but we'll see how it plays out.
Correct.
Yeah. All right, the late week games. Ravenwood beats Kenwood 59-33. Cora Haviland with 10 points. This was a score I was talking about, and I had to check it 3 times to make sure it was correct. Page 75, Columbia 9. Yeah. Pulling out the props here. While he does that, Jordan Maddox 16, Gentry Maddox 14, Katie Delata 11, 9 rebounds as well, but a big win for the Lady Patriots.
Coach Kaufman, Boat Race City, Popcorn City. Many know Coach Kaufman, a West Tennessee guy. I envision him on the Tennessee River.
Yeah, just
Got
putting
the
pedal to
tri-tune
metal
hammer
there.
down.
Yeah.
He's probably a little CCR, got a little Creedence Clearwater Revival on the radio.
There's no doubt. It's right up his alley.
Relishing in the Boat Race City over the Lady Lions.
Yes, beat down. So, other games. Nolensville 39, Brentwood 31, Josie Ladd was 17. The Lady Bruins able to keep that one competitive. That is not something a lot of people have been able to say when going up against the Lady Knights this year, particularly in District 11 4A. Franklin beats Centennial. Again, Brandon Moore 24, Molly Forrest 17. Mary Henson Crunk 15 points. She had a great game. And then Olivia Wright had 14. And then Indy beats Summit 55-33, and that is our play of the week.
Oh, and a great takeaway.
Just stronger.
Molly
Another
King
good play.
again.
Yeah.
She's coming.
Nice little look
Oh!
away. Nice look away pass there.
That was all Molly King.
That's 2 good solid plays by her. She's feeling it.
All right, the play of the week there, Molly King with the nice dish. We've said it a couple times. Lady Eagles putting together a really nice season down there.
I think they're going to be a problem come tournament time.
Yeah, looking pretty strong to get that 2 seed out of that district. Be tough to take out Page, but still, you get that 2 seed, you got a shot when it's all said and done. And then Fairview. Congrats to Lady Yellow Jackets with a win at Spring Hill, 34-23. So, been a rough season for the Lady Yellow Jackets, but trying to build a little bit of momentum as we get into district play. They'll start their district play a little bit earlier, or their tournament, because they're having one a week earlier. So that's coming up here in the next 10 or so days. So, all right, on to boys basketball. Ravenwood 53, Franklin 46. Sam Steppen had 13 for the Raptors. Colin Robinson 22 for the Admirals. Big win for Ravenwood.
Huge win for Ravenwood. Franklin was really playing really well.
They were, and that was a critical game standings wise.
Yes.
That's put Ravenwood in second. Now there's still a lot to be played out, but that's probably one you went into thinking Franklin solid favorite in that.
Yes.
Just did not play well.
Correct. And talk about consistency. Sam stepping to the AM has been as consistent as anybody. Definitely for the Ravenwood Raptors, but he's not going to score 30 a night. But
yeah, Ravenwood struggles to
Correct.
score, and Coach Hooper will tell you that.
yes, but he has been consistent the whole way through.
Yeah, he's tough, and a big week coming up for the Raptors. Nolensville 86, Centennial 70. Carter Ezel had 27, and Burt Keaton had 14, and Matt Barton had 8 for the Cougars. And then Rylan McKelvey had 24 points. The transfer was awarded his 1,000-point ball before this game. A little salt in the wound there for the Cougars, having to watch that. Chris Johnson 17 and Brody Cooper 12. Independence in one of the more surprising games, even though the score is a little deceptive. Indy 68, Page 67, Sochi Apucha 23, and Graham Harris 14, Mac Lee 12 for the Patriots. Kobe Jackson, Locke Rise, and Matthew Horner all tallied 16, so balanced scoring. I think Independence had like an 8-point lead with like a minute and a half, 2 minutes to go, and Page reels off some points at the end, throws in a 3 at the buzzer. So 1-point win is a 1-point win, but a little deceptive there in the score, but a great effort from the Patriots there.
Correct. Yep. And a lot of points in that game.
Yeah, no doubt. Summit 61, Columbia 45, Joel Covertson 24, Ford DeShazo 13 as Summit opened district play with a win. And then the midweek game, Indy 93, Centennial 78. Carter Ezel 25, Matt Barton 17 for the Cougars. Kobe Jackson 25, Harris Hall and Emerson Lanier each scored 13. So Independence continues to roll there. Late week games, and this is what I was talking about with Ravenwood. Ravenwood 38, Kenwood 19. That's a final. That's a score you might typically see in a half. The Raptors putting the clamps down defensively. No Sam Steppen for that game. He was out with an illness. Brock Wismar leads them in scoring with 12 points. Page 63, Columbia 50. Sochi Apucha, we say that name every game for the Patriots. Only a sophomore. Incredible athlete, 16. Graham Harris 12. Drew Rimple 10. Nolensville 52. Brentwood 40. Cochran has 19 for the Bruins, but I think I was at the Centennial Franklin game trying to keep up with this on the ScoreVision app. If you have the ScoreVision app, you can keep up with the games in real time. Some people are probably really surprised that Nolensville won. It was a 2-point game at Nolensville. Nolensville comes back and controls the entire game to beat the Bruins.
Yeah, it was a big night. Great week for the Knights, and you've been alluding to this. Don't let Nolensville's record fool you. Really, really good. And I also saw where this is the lowest point total for the Bruins in 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah.
40 points is not.
Lowest since they scored 45 last year against the Raptors.
Oh, was it last year against the Raptors?
Yeah, I mean, it's lower, but yeah, it's the lowest in a while.
Yeah. So that's a heck of a win. And it's funny that shows you how good Cochran is. You see 19, you think pretty good game, which it is. But
right. Didn't get any help.
They did a great job. They did a great job on the defensive end. The big man, Johnson. He, early on, did a great job attacking him down low on the offensive side, making him work on both sides of the board. And then you can tell by the point total, but it just is what it is. The threes weren't dropping for the Bruins.
Right. And Nolensville is the one team that has a big guy that can contend and control Cochran a little bit in the paint.
Right.
Not stop him. Not saying that at all. So great job. Congrats to Coach
I don't
Giddens.
think he'd have a problem with this. Coach Crane had a bad feeling that this was coming.
Yeah. Well, they were 4-0. Had run the table the first half of district. It's senior night.
Yep.
I think there are distractions on senior night. So not trying to make excuses for the Bruins. A lot of credit to Nolensville because you got to go in there and do it.
Correct.
But, these things are going to happen.
My advice would be to the young men when coach is telling you these things,
Right.
probably ought to listen.
Gotta listen.
He's seen something that he doesn't like. And
Yeah. The worst thing that can happen to a good team is to start feeling good about yourself.
That's right.
It's,
When you start thinking, to quote the great Dan Winfrey, when you start thinking you're really something, that's when you usually get bit.
yeah, had that feeling too much as a coach, for sure. Independence 66, Summit 52. This is a 2-point game going in the fourth quarter. Indy dominates the fourth quarter, and this is our play of the week on the boys' side.
Summit was ready after that timeout,
Yeah.
and Jackson is not scared.
Oh, and one. Got a big foul.
Wow. Send it in.
Bentley Rose came over, thought he was going to get the easy block.
We have yet to see Kobe Jackson here at the free throw line. How should I put this? Be afraid to take it to the rim.
No, he is not.
All right, Kobe Jackson there with the and one. Kobe finishes with 19 points. George Mabry, 15. Emerson Lanier, 14. Ford DeShazo, 23 for the Spartans. And Joel Coverson, 15. You know, I got to talk. Those guys came in last week and filmed the coach's show. And Coach Burgess kept saying, hey, I like my team, but until we get over this Independence hump, we're going to continue to struggle. And, man, they were so close. He talked a lot about we just don't know how to win these close games. Had to feel good about a 2-point lead going in the fourth, but just couldn't close it out.
Yeah, and it was still, I think it was a 4-point game, like with 4 left. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they were in it, and then
Coach Wilkins, man, continuing to get it done down there.
that guy can flat coach.
Yeah, I mean, I said it last week. This is his best coaching job. I mean, you know, and this is a state champion coach there.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah. Fairview 47, Spring Hill 28, and I saved this game for last. Franklin 88, Centennial 70, Carter Ezel 20, Ethan Monge 12, Carson Vaughn 21 for the Admirals, Colin Robinson and Cole Kaiser 16 apiece, and Conrad Jones 11. I say this for last because it was the Natchez game. First time I've ever got to go because
cool,
I've always been coaching. They brought out the Natchez alumni before the boys game. They had a slideshow. They're playing the alma mater in the background. I'll be honest, like it was a little emotional. Like what a well put together program. Kudos to Coach Rector, Dr. Heyman over there, principal, and then the people at Franklin that helped all facilitate that. It was really impressive. Miss Dickerson did the radio interview with me and Joe Williams at halftime. Awesome.
She's
awesome.
awesome.
She did an amazing job. That's an awesome event. If you're a community member and you're not getting out to games or you're just looking to get to a game, you need to make sure you cross Natchez game off your list at some point.
Yeah, it's special, and you can tell how much it means to the alumni and Miss Dickerson. and,
That's why it's so emotional, is because it means everything to
yeah,
them.
and then it also, you know, if you don't know what you're walking into, it catches you off guard. They're wearing
Different uniforms.
gold and blue, and
Calling the game on the radio is a little tough when you don't have all the numbers. We had most of them, but we had to
you had to wing
change
it.
course a little bit. I
Oh,
mean,
good thing you and Joe are pros.
well, yeah, we use that term loosely, but we've become familiar with enough players to where it wasn't too bad. But you know, you start getting into 7, 8, 9 in those lineups. You're like, man, I don't know who this kid is. And we winged it. We got it done. It happens. So. Standings: 11-4A girls. Nolensville 5-0, Brentwood 3-2, Franklin 3-2, all tied up there. Ravenwood 1-3, Centennial 0-5. Nolensville is ranked, I believe, number 8 in the state again. Have not moved up since then. That Brentwood-Franklin matchup, which will be the last game in district, is going to go a long way in this girls' set.
Big time.
Yeah.
And I think it's I think Brentwood's in a really good position. You know.
Yeah.
Obviously, they lost a lot from last year, but you know, sitting there at 3-2, got a chance to finish off the district season in second place. I think if you had told Coach Wilkins that at the beginning of the year, I think he would have deal or no deal. I think it would have been deal.
100%. So
Still got to take care of
Nolensville can clinch the district tonight, Tuesday, against Ravenwood. That put them at 6-0 and. They got the tiebreaker with Brentwood because they swept
They're playing
them.
really well.
Yeah.
Coach Ladd's doing a great job.
I mean, I guess in theory, Franklin could find a way to slip through there, but that Nolensville would have to lose twice. It's going to be very tough.
And then it would get to tiebreakers.
Yeah,
right?
and all the tiebreakers are crazy. So, boys, 11-4A standings. Brentwood 4-1, Ravenwood 3-1, Franklin 3-2, Nolensville 2-3, Centennial 0-5. 12 4A, we got some standings now. Indy boys 2-0, Summit and Page both 1-1, Columbia 0-2, and on the girls' side, Page 2-0, Indy and Summit 1-1, Columbia 0-2. The commonality in both those, Columbia 0-2, can't hang with Wilco.
No.
Not yet. Anyway.
Which is crazy. That used to be a really good boys program.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, amazing program when I started at Ravenwood. Coach Murrell had it rolling down there.
Indy's sitting really strong right now.
Yes, for sure. So, early games this week. We already talked about Franklin and Oakland. Battle Creek and Fairview played Monday as well. But on to the Tuesday night games. India is at Columbia. Summit is at Page. Ravenwood at Nolensville. On the boys' side, that's huge.
Huge.
I mean, Nolensville has their chance to kind of work themselves all the way back into the mix, potentially to even move up to the 2 seed at some point if they continue to win out. But Ravenwood, if they can pull this off, it's at Nolensville. It's going to be really tough. Really puts themselves in great shape to secure that number 2 seed. Franklin will have a little bit to say about it, but we'll see how it plays out. And then Brentwood is at Centennial. Thursday night games, only one Friday night game this week because kids don't have school Friday. 12-month employees have to work, but kids don't have school. We're 12-month employees.
No, the kids.
It's midwinter break.
I like it.
So it is teacher professional development on Friday, and then they get the day off. Teachers get the day off on Monday. So a nice little 4-day break, a few weeks before spring break. So it's a win-win.
Well, you got to have some rest days.
Yeah, absolutely, because we didn't have 6 in a row because of an ice storm or anything. So Ravenwood at Brentwood, Nolensville at Franklin, Warren County travels to Centennial, and Independence will play at Page. And then the standalone Friday game, Summit at Columbia. So should be pretty good week of basketball. Battle of the Woods, and then that Nolensville-Franklin. I mean, this is a big week for Nolensville. 2 major opportunities.
Yes.
They could catapult them up the standings on the boys' side, and the girls have a chance to clinch it.
And both winnable games, too.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, they're all winnable, but.
Right.
So I'm assuming Columbia's not out of school. They're the host. They didn't want to play ball.
They wanted,
I understand.
Stay and play, and that's the right thing to do. But Independence, chance to put some separation on the boys' side, and Page, chance to put some serious separation on the girls' side if they can both, they could both be 4-0 at the end of the week, depending on how things play out. So, anything else to add? Big week, a lot going on.
Yeah, the standings, the way they're sitting right now, do you think all of those first place teams right now where they're sitting,
yes.
Do you think everybody closes it out?
I think they hold
ends
serve.
Up at number 1, hold serve?
I think Brentwood boys, Nolensville girls definitely. I would be shocked if the Page girls don't win it. Independence boys have put themselves in a great spot. Got Columbia Tuesday night, only 6 district games. They could, start out 3-0 and then they take care of business at Page. They just played Page last Tuesday in a tight game.
Right.
Got to turn around a week later and play them again. Things happen. It's at Page. Big weekend at Page, by the way. They're hosting Independence Thursday night for basketball, hosting sectional wrestling Friday and Saturday. So.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of Page, this is pretty cool. Coach Rathbone, I'm assuming Wyatt maybe. Somebody put it on Twitter
Yes.
/X. Coach Rathbone got to, because of the Coach of the Year, Tennessee Titans Coach of the Year, he and his wife were able to attend the Super Bowl.
Yeah, pretty
They
awesome.
were there in the stadium.
Have you ever been to the Super Bowl?
I saw 1 yard short. I was there.
Oh, you were there. I've not.
The Titans and the Rams. Yeah, I was there, man. That was
brutal.
That was tough.
Yeah.
To come, wow. But yes, I have. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now that I'm older, I'm not so sure now that I wouldn't, if I got them, I wouldn't sell my tickets, especially for what they go for now. But
If I got tickets, I would go just once. If I got it twice, I would sell
them.
Unless the Titans were in it.
Yes.
Unless I had emotional attachment to the game, which is very rare.
I don't think you have to worry about that anytime soon.
No, probably not anytime soon. So, all right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this week's edition of the Sports Connection. We will be back at you next week.